Then next is definitely the practical and logical deliverables. Like I have told in the example, if the project is complex, where the situation is your team doesn't know the technology or functional things, then it is always important to make the deliverables logical and practical. It should be achievable. It's not that we are expecting 2 months work in 2 days. It's not possible. So mostly the project managers, they fail in this area. So again, we will just reiterate that the first task you need to work out is how you are going to break the single end goal of your project into individual deliverables that are small enough to be both achievable and measurable. Striking the right balance here is crucial. Deliverables that are too large, they can't be, you can't, either the deliverables should not be too large. That's again come to the practical and logical deliverable, logical segmentation of the deliverables, and it can't be too detailed because then it becomes a micromanagement of the team. And then comes lowest level of detail is included when your project is very unpredictable. Already it is many projects, they are in red condition. Trust me, I have been given certain projects in IT as a project manager where the project is in a very very red situation, where the profit is not coming, the resources are leaving, because then you have to go and see what is the process lag. If the client is not getting any deliverable, what are the streamlining to be done? Maybe there is some lag in the risk management part. So all these things needs a very thorough analysis in case of planning. So a simple example, let's before seeing the next part, we will see a simple example which again will give you a clarity about what is breaking down the deliverables. Like suppose we are developing a website for a local cake shop, one that's never had any kind of online presence before. So nowadays the digital marketing, the digital presence is very important for any startup. So you have a client who have come for a website and the designing, and they themselves are not sure. So likewise, you can have many situations. A client who has never done this kind of project before, then they themselves are not clear of the requirement, and but this project is a simple one, website. But you can also get a client who comes and who don't have any requirement clarity, but they want to execute you a complex project. So all these scenario, as an expert project manager, it's your duty to chalk out, analyze, and then make a plan. So in this case, although the business has sound reasons for approaching the project, the owners believe a website will give them a broader reach and will thereby increase the sales. They are little hazy on exactly what it is they want. So it happens mostly with all the client, because especially in IT projects, because they are not aware of the technical. For example, in some cases, you need to suggest as a consultant to the client the solution, like this technology if you use, you will overcome this performance problem, etc. So it you have to work as a consultant. So this is where you have to do an analysis, and since the client itself is not clear, you need to have first some discussions with the client team, the user team, and the owner and the staff, and you have to first get the basic list of the requirements together, and you need to generate some ideas. Now you will then you have to put all those points and you make a project plan. So an initial, just a project plan, or for the website will be, like for the cake shop website could be, first interface you can have is about the store section, including contact details, how to find them, the cake shop. Then second could be ordering online. It could be your online catalog page or admin interface, like for adding, editing, deleting products. Or it could be a shopping basket functionality, like adding an item, editing the item, payments, confirmation emails, interface to order or delivery system. Then there could be a page that could be a get a quote contact form for customer cakes for special occasions like birthdays, anniversary. Then there could be a photo gallery, that special occasions photo gallery where you can put a slideshow functionality or a photo upload. And on the technical part of it, it could be like web hosting and domain name registration, and email address set. So this is how you should structure down, where all the points I have described, definitely you know that these are achievable, these pages. So first, in the situation where the client is not clear, and in such situation where the website is involved, it is more on the interface level, on the content level. So it is important, the crux of the project you need to analyze and get it approved from the customer. That's the main point. So for this example, we are assuming that you have already agreed whether you are building the site from scratch or whether a particular set of technologies will be used. So again, as I mentioned, all these things needs a thorough analysis, because as an expert project manager, when the project comes to you, if you need to know whether it is from the scratch or what is that, because many times the we will suggest something but the client restrain from it due to the budget issues. So all these things comes into the picture. At the initial stage, whenever there is so much unpredictability, it is better that you don't need to give some low level of details. But as the project goes, it's very important to break down into details and track them. So that's how the breaking down to the deliverables part goes in. I'm sure at the end of the session, I want all of you to analyze in your project how you are breaking down the whole chunk of the project into logical and practical deliverables. And definitely, I'm sure that you might be doing it. If you're not doing it, then you have to find out the what are the lags there. Is your deliverable not practical, or if the client is unpredictable about the requirement, then how can you have those filled in? Like, for example, you can put a diagram. Most of your clients, they are not very comfortable with the technical coding language or something like that, so you can put a diagram and then freeze the requirement and then go about it. So this is not only about the IT domain. This particular thing, breaking down the deliverables, it could be applied to all the general domains wherein a project is about the deliverables. So if you put all the project deliverables into a specific one, your life is easy, because always the dynamics are high. The because for example, the website project itself, the content is going to be changed. The client may not be very happy with the content. They'll say that you keep this content, and your newsletters will come and your blogging will come. So there are so many things which comes into the client mind, and also the digital marketing structure is changing day by day. So all these things, keeping all these things, it's important to have the deliverables logical, so that the changes the client is suggesting is easy to make.